Good afternoon and welcome back to the workbench once more. Today I have another video on a battery charger, which is not intentional. It's kind of unexpected, but here we go. Sorry for the sort of repetitive topic, but that's just what happened. It's a battery charger I got from, well, with this camera here, which I just got the other day. It's an old Canon A2300. It was being given away, and I decided to pick it up because I know that some of these models can be used with custom firmware like CHDK and stuff that give interesting sort of features like time-lapse and all sorts of sort of photography things, and I'm kind of interested in photography myself, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to have a camera that could do things like that, especially if I could get it for nothing. So I thought, hey, I'll give it a try. So I grabbed it, and the camera itself works fine. The battery, I'm not sure about the capacity of it. It looks like the original one, and this thing is from 2012, so I don't know how good it will be, but the camera seems alright, everything seems fine, but the charger itself doesn't seem to work. I guess I'll take the battery out of here, and then I can show that it doesn't work. Which is not that exciting. But yeah, there's the charger there. It's the official one, apparently. Annoyingly, the camera can't charge the battery itself, so it does have a USB connection for like downloading photos and doing things like that, but yeah, you plug it in and it turns the camera on, but the battery won't charge in it, so it's kind of annoying. That's why these apparently came with a charger when you bought them. Unlike my old A400 power shot, which uses AA cells, and so you don't need a charger. Or, well, you know, you can have one if you want, or you can just buy alkaline batteries or whatever you do, but this one comes with like a proper thing. But anyway, I'll plug it in and show that it doesn't work. There we go. So yeah, so I plug that in, and you see the charge and everything. The LEDs, nothing comes on. And if I put in the battery, okay, there was briefly a light. That's interesting. I thought this was going to be a repair of a battery charger, but it looks like, well, it looks like the problem is not the charger. It looks like it could be the contacts could be just simply dirty. Interesting. It does seem to be working now. When I first plugged it in, nothing happened whatsoever. Now it seems to be working no matter if I move the battery around. If I take it out and well, what do you know? That's amusing, isn't it? The contacts look alright, I guess. I mean, they're a little tarnished. I guess the thing is 10 years old. I don't know about the ones on here. They look okay, but they might not be perfect. Yeah, maybe that's all it is. Just not perfectly clean contacts. Okay, well, I might open it up anyway and just see what's inside and see if I can get it apart so I can clean them. Because it could be the same as like my cordless phone that I had to clean the contacts with in a video a couple of years ago. Just making sort of intermittent connection with the handset, and it wouldn't charge properly, or it would easily disconnect and stop charging. Alright, so yeah, that's interesting. Well, maybe this video will become a teardown of a Canon battery charger instead. I might as well try and open it and just see if there's anything interesting inside, see how they've done it, see how it compares to the other one, that cheap one that I have, that I featured in the previous video or whatever. Let's see. I'll just plug this in and activate it, use up any last power that might be stored in there, possibly. Anyway, it uses some sort of security Torx bit, just the one, just down there. So I've got a little security Torx, which is like a regular Torx except it has a hole in the end. Yeah, quite interesting. So we can put that in there, get that out. Canon like to use security bits on their screws and their power supplies, I've noticed. The power supplies that come in Canon printers are also similar. So it's just the one screw, and I guess that, the rest of it's probably just clipped together, so I'll need a spudger, I suppose. Which I don't actually know where I've got one. I think they're all somewhere else. Huh. I'll have to go and get one. Alright, I've got my little toolkit here. It's one I bought on eBay. It's meant to be for opening phones, I think. It comes with a bunch of stuff. It's quite good, actually. I think it was about $25. Now, what do we have? I'll try this one, maybe. Maybe I should start where the screw is. Might be where there's no clips. Maybe is there a clip? I'm trying to see if I can see a clip anywhere. It's not very obvious. Oh, looks like the let's see. I think I need a thinner tool. Excuse me, just had a sneezing fit there. Right. Just trying to see what side is clipped over the other side, you know, like where am I likely to have to push to open a clip, if there's one. Sometimes these things are annoying. There's no obvious, there's a little hole there. See that little sort of notch, something there, maybe that's where to get in. There we go. That might be it. Yeah, see I've got something going there. Alright, now we use something bigger. Maybe one of these. Maybe not. Maybe if I can get that in there. That's rather annoying. There we go. It's got another clip. It's coming off around this side, but the other side is being a bit funny. Might have to some other screws. No, I think it's just because now that I've opened the other side, then this side is tighter because of that. Well, this makes for some exciting footage, doesn't it? There we go. There we go, look at that. How does this work? How does that come out of there? Like that. Alrighty. There we go, look at that. Fascinating. Looks much nicer than the other one, and of course, as I was saying, the design flaw with that other charger is not apparent in this one, because the mains connector has got an actual little slot that it slots into. So the connector is held in place by this cutout in this slot, so it doesn't get mechanical strain on the solder joints. Anyway, so look at that. So yeah, you got like a standard little switch mode power supply. Got a little chip there, opto isolator. I don't know what that chip is. I can't. MIP 2K2S. I haven't heard of that before. Got the no, is that the main? These are the main caps? Yeah, 400 volts, 4.7, and then that's the output. So, very small transformer there, but makes sense. You don't need much current for something like this. And then we got the back side, and obviously here is some sort of charge control chip. I don't know what that is. Could be anything. Something 35 CSP C100 C1D0. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm sure it's some custom thing, or possibly not a custom thing, but just rebranded for Canon. Because it's not like a lithium-ion battery charger is exactly a unique device, so it's probably not a particularly exclusive chip. It could just be, maybe, you know, sometimes they make custom pinouts or slightly different versions for other companies and then put on a different number. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting. So we've just got these three contacts here, which possibly just need a clean. So I'll give those a good little wash in alcohol or something. And then I'll put it all back together. But yeah, it looks fine, doesn't it? It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. I mean, you know, there could be some intermittent fault with the voltage level detection or something like that. You know, if that chip was a bit funny, or something was going wrong, but I mean, I don't see anything. It looks like a pretty good design, to be honest. You know, these contacts have this little spring here at the bottom, so that takes the strain off the solder joints. They don't move very much, and the solder joints look fine under here. They're not cracked or anything. So yeah, I'll just clean them, and then I'll put it back together and use it and see if I notice anything funny. And if it doesn't work properly, or the battery doesn't seem to have much capacity left, then I'll get a new battery. I looked online; they're only like $13 to buy, so I could get that and just use that instead. Could be the battery is funny. Again, 10 years old probably. It's wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I'll just give that a bit of a clean. Actually, I'll try contact cleaner first, and then I'll finish off with the alcohol. Where's my contact cleaner gone? Ah, it's over there. Okay. Right, so I don't know, I'm just gonna give this a try. I've got some cleaner stuff here which I'll squirt onto one of these. Get that nice and wet. And then I'll clean these with this. There's not really much dirt coming off or anything. They're probably not too bad, really. A little bit, but nothing amazing. But these things do make a fairly sort of small point contact with the battery terminals, so you know, if they are a bit funny, then wouldn't be surprising that it might not work perfectly. Just get my magnifier out and have a close-up look at that and see if there's anything funny. I might actually give it a try with the eraser too. I'll just set these on top of this here so I'm not pushing down on them too hard, doing anything funny. Eraser is good for getting off sort of stuck on dirt and oxidization sometimes, and it's good because it's not really abrasive, so it can't take off the plating or anything like that. Yeah, just have a look again. Yeah, those look pretty good now, I think. Just do that one on the end again. Try to get the side there. But really it's the end that matters. So, alright. I'll just finish that off with alcohol. And yeah. Looks good to me. Excellent. Yeah, I won't bother reflowing those joints because they do look fine. Let's see if I can get a focus on that. Yeah, they look like there's nothing wrong with it, so I wouldn't be suspecting the joints at all. It's most likely dirty contacts given how old this thing is, and I wouldn't suspect the caps in this because they're, you know, decent ones. What have you got? The primary's a Rubicon and the secondary is a Capexon actually. But it shouldn't be that bad, right? I don't know. We'll see. For something that wouldn't get much use and probably wouldn't run very hot, a Capexon is probably okay. I'm not going to assume it's bad. Just from that. There we go. Let's see if I can get this thing back together. How does this thing work? I think these just fit back in here. Yeah, is that how it goes? Yeah, now they stick in there, that looks correct, and this just clips over the back, doesn't it? Yeah, like that. Just clips back together, so that's fairly simple. It's just taking it apart that's annoying, but it's not too bad if you've got a decent spudger, I suppose. Yeah, I put the screw in so I don't lose it. Of course, depending on your preference, you might decide to lose it and use something else that doesn't have a security bit, which is always an option. Sometimes it's nice to do that, just get rid of the whole thing, but yeah, I mean, I've got the bits, so it doesn't really matter, I suppose. Where's the power cord gone? Oh, it's over there. Okay, let's plug it back in and see if it displays any oddness now. I'll probably explode when I do. No, jokes. Right, so let's put the battery back in. Well, the light instantly comes on. Wobbling it around doesn't do anything, but it didn't do that last time either. But yeah, okay, well I guess I'll just have to test it for a bit. That's probably just dirty contacts. Probably. So there we have it, a Canon battery charger for an NB11L. What actual model is this? CB-2LDE, I think. I don't know if I can get that in focus there. You can almost, yeah, there you go, top right, you can see it for a moment before the camera decided to run away. Anyway, it seems to do something now. Right, so yeah, I can test out the custom firmware on this thing as soon as the battery has charged up properly. Hopefully the battery's okay. If not, well, I can just get another one. Like I said, they're not very expensive, so it should be fine. And yeah, I can try that out and maybe do some interesting photography experiments with it or something. Might be quite fun. So yeah, that was an interesting video, probably, maybe. Not really, but yeah, if you're having a problem with your battery charger not charging, it could be worth to clean the contacts, especially if it's an old one. In fact, poor contacts are a big problem in electronics often, you know. It's not always what we would expect, especially in computers where you have boards that plug into other things and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, if I come across anything particularly interesting, I might make a video about this camera, and if I find anything interesting to do with it. Otherwise, this video is probably going to end here. If anything else strange happens with this, if it turns out there's some other fault, then I guess I'll probably continue, but yeah, I guess that's probably it. Not a particularly interesting one, but you know, still a problem that is probably common, that people may experience and have issues with. And yeah, I wonder how many chargers and things like this have been scrapped because the contacts were just a little dirty and people didn't realize it and didn't know, didn't think about it. So maybe that'll help someone. Hopefully that was interesting. Hopefully that was useful. And I'll see you next time.